We start this hour with a live look near the Eisenhower Johnson Tunnel. Look at that. Well, traffic is moving along. Snow has been falling there since early this morning. I'm trying to see if I see any flakes in that camera. Hard to tell. And it's not stopping apparently anytime soon. We could see several feet of snow in the high country this weekend. Thanks for joining us. For 9 News at 4, I'm Sam Shocker.
I'm Alexandra Lewis. Glad to have you with us. All of this snow could create some travel headaches. So let's bring in Weather Impact Team meteorologist Corey Reppenhagen. Corey, it's going to be pretty messy up there, and everybody wants to go this weekend and take advantage of all this snow, but getting there could be tough.
Yeah, I can see a lot of people heading up tomorrow morning, and that is going to be the absolute worst part of the storm between midnight tonight and noon tomorrow. So tomorrow morning is going to be rough. Take another look at that shot there. There are some flurries in there being blown around by strong wind. You can see the blacktop there, so not really any troubles. They've had some really heavy waves of snow go through there, but tomorrow will be more persistent snow. So we're looking at a higher impact from those storms. And here's the alerts that we have. All the red shaded areas, that's the winter storm warnings. We could see upwards of a foot, maybe in isolated spots, 30 inches of snow. And in the blue areas, those are the advisories where we'll still see some high impact, but some impacts, but not as high. So that's your weather impact, is the mountain snow going all the way through tomorrow into the morning on Sunday. Heavy snow showers and some very strong wind gusts accompanied by this. The worst of it will go from tonight about midnight till noon tomorrow. So we're looking at high impacts during that time. And then here's Denver. We got the 9 News Parade of Lights coming up here. I've seen worse forecasts, but this one's going to be cold and windy. You're going to want to bundle up. I'll have more details on that coming up.
It's a somber day at the state capitol today. Lawmakers are gathered with family and friends of State Senator Faith Winter, who was killed in a car crash on I-25 last week. Her memorial service started at 2 this afternoon. 9 News political reporter Marshall Zellinger has been at that service all afternoon and joins us live from the state capitol. Marshall, you knew Winter as a lawmaker, and today you learned even more about her outside the capitol.
Yeah, Alex, I learned that she was a fan of KUSA and Taylor Swift. Those are the kind of nuggets that you learn about someone at a memorial service. Faith Winter was remembered by friends, family, and current and former co-workers, other lawmakers here on the west steps of the state capitol. And you wouldn't even know it. They were so quick to clean up, but there were several hundred people out here memorializing the former state senator who died last week in a car accident. We learned about her time as a Westminster City Council person to coming to the state capitol, her efforts that led to a lawmaker getting expelled when she came forward because she was sexually harassed by that lawmaker, to the efforts she put forth to get paid family leave, a law in Colorado. It failed here at the legislature several times before it ended up on the ballot and became something that people can take advantage of today. One of the nearly dozen speakers was her daughter, Sienna Snook, who shared a story of going back and forth to school, how she, Faith Winter, required her kids sometimes to tell the story of, the best thing, worst thing, and something you look forward to. And here's one of those stories from her daughter.
After school, to make us reflect on our day, she would tell me and my brother to do a rose, thorn, and a bud. One bad thing, one good thing, and one thing we look forward to. So today, since I can't share that with my mother, I will share it with you all. My rose is seeing all the love and energy throughout each and every one of you here. My thorn is that my mom isn't here to see how many people she impacted and touched. My bud is getting to live my life in honor of my mom.
It's hard enough to be a speaker at a service like this when it's just a private event, and to do that in front of hundreds of people by her daughter, that was quite impressive. Alex, they were playing the playlist of KUSA and Taylor Swift leading up to the event, so I guess it was just kind of foreshadowed. Learning that about her, I did not know that about Faith Winter.
Yeah, just hearing what folks had to say. I mean, she really did seem like an amazing person who left a mark on several communities here throughout Colorado. Marshall, thank you.
Sunday is National Pearl Harbor Remembrance Day. Every year, Pearl Harbor survivors and veterans all over the world come together to honor and remember the more than 2,000 service members and civilians who were killed during the Japanese attack on Pearl Harbor in 1941. Here in Colorado, Democratic Governor Jared Polis has ordered flags to be flown at half-staff from sunrise to sunset on Sunday to honor those killed in the attack. The suspect in the Washington, D.C. pipe bomb case has admitted to planting 2 bombs near the Democratic and Republican National Committee offices. Sources say Brian Cole Jr. confessed to authorities, saying he believed conspiracy theories about the 2020 presidential election. Today, Cole appeared in federal court. He's facing charges including transporting an unexplosive device and attempting malicious destruction. Federal investigators tracked Cole through cell phone rings, pings, and credit card records linked to bomb components. They also found additional materials during a raid at his Virginia home. People in that neighborhood say they're shocked about his arrest.
Never think something like that happened, and honestly concerning that after so many years they finally have a suspect as well.
I guess it just really hasn't set in. It doesn't seem like the neighborhood where somebody like that would live.
In court, government lawyers said that Cole spoke with them for more than 4 hours yesterday. He has hired an attorney, and his detention hearing is scheduled for next week.
President Trump says he met with the family of an injured National Guardsman who was shot in Washington, D.C. last week. Trump posted this photo from his Oval Office meeting with Andrew Wolf's family. He wrote Wolf is in the process of healing and calling his family, quote, fantastic American patriots. Wolf and fellow National Guard member Sarah Beckstrom were shot when a gunman opened fire near the White House. Beckstrom died from her injuries. Wolf is still in serious condition tonight, but is said to be showing positive signs of recovery. The shooting suspect pleaded not guilty to murder and assault charges earlier this week. He is being held without bond.
A crazy sight in New York City last night. Officials are investigating after a taxi cab got caught dangling above a manhole in Times Square. Video shows the cab stuck over that manhole with steam coming out. A vent also appears to be lodged under the front tires. Officials say the cab driver and passenger thankfully were not hurt. It's still not clear what caused this to happen. The area was shut down today while crews worked on repairs.
After years of construction, a major project on Wadsworth Boulevard in Wheat Ridge is finally near completion.
But the final product has a lot of drivers worried. 9 News reporter Evan Krugel is live at 44th and Wads this afternoon with what that new continuous flow intersection will look like. Evan.
Yeah, Sam, this construction has been going on for a long time, more than 4 years to be exact. And as drivers finally get their first look at the finished product, some are getting a bit nervous.
The end of a construction project is typically met with excitement. But as the orange barrels come down on Wadsworth, some drivers say their worries are only going up.
And I just see head-on accidents happening. That's what I see.
Carol Cortez is getting ready to navigate this.
When the southbound traffic stops on Wadsworth, the left crossover lane begins to turn.
A continuous flow intersection that moves drivers across oncoming traffic to make left turns at 38th and 44th. The city calls it a CFI. Carol calls it confusing.
It seems like you're turning from the wrong lane and you got to know, how far back, how many, intersections back you got to be over to turn left.
Carol brought those concerns to a post announcing the changes on the Wheat Ridge government Facebook page.
What did you write?
So you completely ruined Wadsworth.
I said, why? I was like, that's it. That's all I had. I was like, why? Why?
Jean Malera is also confused.
I've looked at the diagrams and I still don't understand how it makes it easier.
This is something new to learn, and hopefully once they figure it out, it'll become a little bit easier.
Amanda Harrison is the city's public information officer and says the design is safer and more efficient for moving traffic. Points that were also expressed on her Facebook post.
I was one of the people against these types of intersections, but have since grown to like them.
She knows it will take time for drivers to feel comfortable here. and hopes the end of this construction will ultimately be a good thing.
I think they're going to get used to it fairly quickly, and then once they are used to it, I think they'll be very appreciative of the increased traffic flow and volume.
Carol and Jean have waited for this construction to end. Now they hope the wait was worth it.
I don't know, I probably just see myself trying to avoid it as much as possible still.
We'll figure it out, I guess.
Now, the city plans to open these in phases. This light at 38th and Wadsworth will open Tuesday morning. 44th and Wadsworth will open the week after. Again, Sam, the city understands this is going to take some time to get used to, but they're confident it'll be worth it in the long run. Reporting live in Wheat Ridge, Evan Krugel, 9 News.
And Evan, it's good to hear that they are confident, but are there any similar past examples to compare it to?
Yeah, this is the first one in Jefferson County, and frankly, the first one in a busy area like this. There is another one on Highway 85, just south of C470. CDOT tells me, or State Patrol tells me, there have been 15 crashes reported at that one since it opened this past April. Unclear, however, how many of those were because of drivers being confused at the intersection. Wheat Ridge Police will be out here over the next couple weeks just to make sure drivers understand exactly what's happening here.
Evan Krugel, thank you. I want your clothes to be like the window slowly goes up and then you just disappear.
Press the button.
Do it, Evan. Dramatic, very. Okay. Thank you, Evan. Well, traffic may be pretty bad in Colorado, but it's nothing compared to some other states. A new survey found Chicago had the worst traffic in the U.S. this year. The transportation and analytics company INRIX found the typical driver in the U.S. lost 49 hours to traffic this year. That's 6 more hours than last year. But for those in Chicago, they lost 112 hours to traffic. New York City was first last year, but dropped to second. Philadelphia, Los Angeles, and Boston round out the top 5. I was telling you I was in traffic for an hour and 45 minutes last night, just getting home.
That's tough.
It was, I mean, things could be worse, but yes, it was annoying because you just want to
know.
be back with your littles and do dinner with them, homework, all the things. Traffic is not fun.
Exactly. Going to work, fine, but going home, oh, don't mess with my time with my kiddos at all.
So true.
Seriously.